You guys may or may not be familiar with Joe Fazer. He has over 1 million subscribers on YouTube and recently has been opening up about his struggles with acne. He just put out a video called How I Cleared My Acne, so you know we have to watch it, review it, and find out exactly how he was able to clear his acne. Let's get into it.
Today I want to tell a story about arguably the worst period of my life, a period where severe depression and social anxiety controlled me, and it was all because of a little thing called acne.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let me take you through the journey of how my skin went from looking pretty good to it going absolutely out of control, and what I did to sort that and regain my confidence again. And the best way to tell this story is to go from the very start.
Always good.
So, growing up my skin was always on and off. In general, it wasn't great, but it was never that bad where I'd think about it much. I didn't really care. Now, about a year ago, my skin was looking pretty decent. Still the odd spot here and there, but it looked good. At this point in my life, I was the best looking I'd ever been, and my confidence levels were really high.
Okay.
And this is where things went downhill. At the start of July 2022, I got so obsessive with how I looked. I was so addicted to trying to be more attractive. And I don't know if this was the reason or the blazing hot heat that summer, but my skin started to flare up a bit.
Okay, definitely always a little scary when you start becoming really obsessed with looking your best and what other people feel about you. That, it is a recipe for disaster. As you go down that line of thinking, you can really base your value on what other people are saying about you. And especially, you guys know this, with acne, that can be a recipe for absolute disaster. Now, he's saying that he was willing to do absolutely anything to look better, and he has clips of him working out. So it does make me a little cautious that he might be using some sort of performance enhancement drug, whether that's, actual steroids or maybe like pro hormones or SARMs or something like that. But anything where you're messing with your hormones can definitely cause acne. Not saying that that's for sure what's happening, but it's something that popped into my head.
Worse. And I couldn't stand this. Even though the acne genuinely wasn't that bad, because I was so obsessed with how I looked, I would go to any lengths to fix this. So I went online and tried to find the most powerful, the most extreme acne cure there is. And many
Oh man, going online and punching in how to get rid of your acne is just like opening up Pandora's box of all sorts of terrible, some good, but just lots of advice. It takes a long time to get through all that advice.
And many options came up: skincare routines, acidic products, medication. There was tons to choose from, but one product stood out from the rest.
Is it spirulactone?
This was the product. It's a drug called isotretinoin, or better known by the public
Accutane.
as
Of course.
Accutane.
Last September, a new drug was released for use in the United States.
It's one of the most effective medications for acne, but there are some risks.
After taking the medication, he took his own life. He hung himself.
The drug is called Accutane.
This is one of the most controversial drugs to date. The side effects on this are endless. Dry lips, dry skin, joint pain, nosebleeds. But the more serious one, Accutane is linked to severe depression. Many people have taken their lives on this drug, suicidal thoughts are common, and while this is a very controversial topic, one thing is for certain: my acne was no way near extreme enough to even consider this. But as I said earlier, I was so obsessive with how I looked, I didn't listen to any of this, and got myself...
Okay, this video is really well edited. I'm really glad that he decided to put in there that Accutane is an extremely serious drug, and one of the major side effects is depression, because a lot of people will have to stop their course of Accutane because they're having these really dark feelings before they're actually able to clear their acne. So that's something to think about. And I also, appreciate that he mentioned that he really doesn't have acne severe enough to need Accutane, but he just kind of put himself into that situation because he's, like he said, he's obsessed with trying to look as best as possible.
of this and got myself prescribed on it.
Okay, here we go. My Accutane journey starts today.
Here we go. Get prepared for dry skin, man.
Little did I know, things were about to get much worse. As the weeks went on, I noticed the classic dry lips, dry skin, but there was one side effect which was really getting to me.
I've been on Accutane for 3 weeks. I think my skin has broken out a bit. That's normal, apparently.
This is called the purging stage. It's where your skin gets worse before it gets better. And this really...
I was really curious if he was gonna end up having an initial breakout. Most people have an initial breakout and your acne will get 2-3 times worse before the drug starts to actually work. So you do have to mentally prepare yourself that it's going to get way worse.
affected me. As the weeks were going on, my skin was getting worse and worse. I had never in my life seen it this bad, and it really started affecting my mental health.
Today's the 5th of August, and today's been one of the worst days of my life.
Thing is, I've never had mental health problems ever in my life. I've always been a happy, full of life guy. So this was a weird feeling for me. It's fucking...
Oh man. That's really sad. I definitely have been there where you're just really down on yourself because how you're looking.
This video I took here, captioned "It's time to end this nightmare," was taken on the 18th of August. So it had been about 2 months since I first took that Accutane pill. At this point my acne was out of control, my mental health was on the rocks. So I made the decision to quit Accutane.
Oh wow.
This made me feel a sense of relief. I felt happier again. Maybe my skin would go back to just being like kind of crap, and I could deal with that. I was excited for the future. I was excited to end this nightmare, as I said, and go back to being happy.
Oh wow. What happened?
But unfortunately, that didn't go to plan. In fact, the complete opposite happened. After I came off Accutane, my skin just got even worse.
Oof.
Cystic acne started forming on my neck, big spots on my face, and my mental health was still in the gutter. So I had a decision to make. I could carry on waiting it out and just hope things got better over time, or I could use the drug which started this nightmare in the first place. A drug which potentially was my only option to end the nightmare.
It's a tough decision he has to make. He's already suffering with Accutane and how he's feeling. Literally, like I said earlier in the video, some people just have to stop before their acne is cleared. And in his case, it made his acne worse when he was considering stopping. Let's see what happens.
I chose the latter. I just said to myself, it can't get any worse than this, so fuck it. So on the 7th of October 2022, I restarted my Accutane.
It's 7th of October 2022. I hope that I can watch this video next year and I won't have fucking horrible skin, which destroys all self-confidence.
The starting point wasn't great, but I was ready. I was ready for the next 6-7 months to be tough. I was not going to enjoy it, but I knew if I committed, then I'd hopefully get my confidence back.
1 week on Accutane,
Every week I would take progress videos of my acne.
2 weeks on Accutane, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, 10 weeks.
Finally, as time was going on, my acne was actually improving.
And I want to update you. I feel fucking awesome. I'll be honest. My skin isn't fully cleared, but the fact that it's getting better is just the best feeling in the world.
My general mood, my life, my outlook on the days were improving. I started feeling happier again, and it was simply because I felt more confident again.
19 weeks on Accutane,
20 weeks on Accutane,
21 weeks,
22 weeks,
24 25 weeks,
26 weeks, my skin was genuinely becoming clear again. It was the best it had ever looked. And after 33 weeks on this drug, my skin completely transformed. And I'm happy to say I'm now acne free.
Today's the 5th of August, and today's been one of the worst days of my life.
I'm a lot happier now, I'll be completely honest. I still have a bit of the odd scarring, but I am so much more confident. I'm enjoying life again. It was a very tough journey, but I'm glad I went through it. And the question which I'm sure a lot of you are wondering is, do I recommend Accutane? You know, it took me through some of the worst and the best times of my life, so I have very mixed opinions on it. I personally am very happy that I did it in the end, but I'm really not qualified enough to give my opinion on such a controversial drug. Speak to your dermatologist, get their opinions, and if they give you the green light, then I'd say do it.
All right, so let's break this down a little bit. I have a bit of some mixed feelings here because I'm stoked that Accutane worked for him. Obviously, that is like the last resort, and it really can, and for most people will, nuke your acne. It'll get rid of it entirely. But the part of me that doesn't really love this is that he wasn't able to find self-love until he cleared his acne. And I think those of us who have had acne for many years, you eventually get to this point where your mindset starts to mature on it, and you start to realize, when I'm placing all my value in what other people think of me, especially because of what my skin looks like, I'm literally at the mercy of what my skin is looking like that day and who's going to point it out that day. I would have liked if he in this video mentioned that it's important to learn to love yourself with or without acne, and then it would still make sense for him to say, you know, he's really stoked he got rid of his acne. But to me, I think without him realizing he's doing this, he's making people who are watching his videos feel like they can't be happy with their life unless they also get rid of their acne and clear it up. So overall, I really love how I put this video together. It's produced extremely well. I like that he mentioned some of the side effects and some of the things to be aware of, and also encouraged people to not go on Accutane unless, you know, you've really thought about it and you are going to an actual doctor. So I thought all of that was fantastic. I really hope that he is prepared for the future, because there is a chance that his acne will come back. And if you're not mentally prepared for that, it can be a bit rough, because a lot of people think that once you do Accutane once, it's gone forever. But a lot of times it will come back, and people have to do second or third rounds of it. Haven't done a reaction video in a long time. Felt like this was a very relevant and interesting one. I would love to know what you guys thought as you were watching this video, so put that in the comments below. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll do more of these reactions. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you beautiful people in the next video.